uh, I was in the train with GROM in the with our guys. So I was like double dipping on the missions too as well. And I loved it. I mean, these guys are consummate professionals. As far as special forces, it was very easy for us to work together to the point that we didn't distinguish between like, well, GROM is this, we are this.
When was your first operation where you saw combat directly? Was that?
That was in Iraq. So I was with my platoon. We deployed to South America. And like middle of the deployment, I was called in and say, hey, there is a Polish Special Forces operating there. And you need to kind of help facilitate them and coordinate our operations with them because some of them didn't speak English. Some of them did, but not very well. So the help was like, to help in coordination. So I say, yeah, roger that. And I packed my stuff and I left. SEAL guys, they are A-type personalities. Everybody's aggressive. So like people are pissed. Why is Drago going to war and I'm not going to war? I have to wait my turn. Everybody wanted to go to war. This is the SEAL teams. We want to fight. We want to use the skills that we learn. And so everybody was like, I want to go to war too. They did later. But, like I had a chance, opportunity, and honor to be sent to combat earlier, a little bit earlier from the West Coast, from the East Coast. The West Coast was already operating for quite some time. So when I showed up and I introduced myself to Polish Special Forces GROM, and then that's why I realized these guys are good. These guys are awesome. I mean, their tactics, their techniques, their way of thinking are so similar that we really didn't have any issues integrating them with us. Oh, actually, we integrated with them, so I would say. So I asked even to be, so I was doing assaults. I was in the train with GROM with our guys. So I was like double dipping on the missions too as well. And I loved it. I mean, these guys are consummate professionals. As far as special forces, it was very easy for us to work together to the point that we didn't distinguish between like, well, GROM is this, we are this. If we need somebody, we just put him when we need it, regardless if it was GROM or our guy. So yeah, that was great experience for me and working with Polish Special Forces. Matter of fact, I just came back 2 weeks ago from Poland, where the Polish Vice Minister of Defense awarded me gold military medal from Poland. This is the highest medal a foreigner can get from Polish military. General Petraeus has one, and one of our soldiers, American, received another one too for his sacrifice. He saved Polish soldiers in the battlefield. He was killed. So it is a great honor to have this medal.
I mean, congratulations, one, and that's absolutely well deserved. That is incredible. And so you're saying, so you got pulled from South America, and you guys are starting to operate or doing dual operations essentially.
Yes.
So when was the first time you guys were going? Like, do you remember your first operation with them when you guys saw live combat? And with that, I'm very curious to hear.
I remember, but there was so many of them. There's nothing stands out. There's pretty much standard mission. We just go up there, blow the door, get there, kill the bad guys, and get out. And so, yeah, the thing that stood out for me is the breaching methods. The breaching methods that we were using were very extremely effective, but they were also indiscriminate. So we realized that most of these targets that we hit, they were civilians. The terrorists love civilians, love their families put in between them and us. So we didn't want to injure these civilians, but also we wanted to have that effect of that blast effect that gives us huge advantage walking inside the room and just eliminating the bad guys. So I did develop the charge that actually allow us to do so. So I won't be talking about technicality of it, but I'm very proud of it. And a matter of fact, it is actually written in my book. I described that evaluation form that you receive every 6 months. Yeah, this is is mentioned.
Do you have any other like specific operations that stand out in your mind, whether that be for the emotional?
There were a lot. I mean, there was one of them. I could talk all day on that, but there's going to put a central limit on this. But yeah, so there's another one. We were hunting Iraqi general who was actually organizing the IEDs and financing the IEDs, those explosive devices that were killing our soldiers. And so every time we raided, he was gone. He was like always day, sometimes hours faster than we and our intelligence. So eventually we got the guy. So the intel came, there's a big, powerful door. In Iraq, they have those little steel gates in front of the door, then big wooden door. So I prepare my charge. I was a breacher, that's my specialty. So naval special warfare lead breacher. And so I'm going to blow the gate, the door, so we can get in, get the guy. Well, we go to the door, and I think that the shootout already started outside. So the door were not as strong as they supposed to be. There was no steel gate in front of it. I could change the charge so not to overblow that stuff. And the funny thing is that so I put the charge on it. I didn't know, but the guy, actually, the general, was standing on the other side of the door and tried to listen to what's going on up there. The shootout's going on. It's just like, so when I blow it, this guy was still, when I detonate the charge, the guy was still standing there holding the door knob and being dazed. So we got him. We handcuffed him, and then he hears Polish speech, Polish talk, those GROM. And it's like, Polish soldiers, Polish? And the guy say, yeah. And then the guy in perfect Polish, I cannot even speak English with such a perfect accent, without such an accent. So he speaks in perfect Polish, say, Americans are here to get me. You guys get me out of here. I have a contacts in Warsaw. I have the money. I pay you whatever. Just get me out of here. Get me away from Americans. It's like, hey, Drago, just tell your guys, we got the son of the bitch. It's like, okay, we got on the radio and just haul his ass to jail. So yeah, we were just inviting the Iraqi general to invitation to prison. So yeah, he accepted the invitation.